What's up, everybody? I made a comment the other day on a post, and the comment was I had been clean for 7 years. And I got a lot of people that were really interested in knowing not just how I got clean, but a lot of questions about methamphetamine use. So I told everybody I would make this show right here. This would go over meth use, what it does to the brain. We're going to talk about depletion, the coming down off the drug, the damage, short term and long term, and the best part, recovery. This show is not to entice anyone to go out and try this drug. It highly, just don't do it. It's bad. It's all bad. The only good thing I could ever say about this drug is it makes you feel good. That's it. And that's not a good thing, because everything you lose in return for that feeling, the addiction, is not even close. It's not worth it at all. And I wish I'd have known that. I wish I'd have had somebody tell me before I started and took that first hit what I would be going through for the next. It was many years. Many years. But anyway, I'm not here to glorify it. We're here to educate. So, that being said, let's get there. We already know that methamphetamine is a powerful, highly addictive drug. And when I say highly addictive, I mean it's highly addictive, and you'll see why here in a second. It attacks the central nervous system mostly. It causes profound, long-lasting damage to the brain's structure and chemistry. These are the numbers right here. These are staggering. It triggers a massive surge of dopamine. Now, if you don't know what dopamine is, it's your brain's little reward system. Say, when you eat a sandwich, that feeling you get after you eat your favorite sandwich, your brain is wired from God to reward yourself for little things. Eating, walking, working out, even sex. All this stuff, it rewards. And it uses dopamine to do that. Well, here's the thing. When we use drugs, especially this drug has the most dopamine release of anything on earth, even of other drugs. Nothing even comes close to it. And I'm sure this is part of the reason the addiction is so high and why this drug stands out above others. But me being a spiritual man, a Christian, I have seen the demonic side of this drug too. And that's where people in the comments really wanted me to explain. I didn't believe in God until I needed to. And that's not why I believe in God. The demonic side of methamphetamine led me to a place where I didn't see anything but darkness. And when I finally saw the light, I knew the light was real. But if you guys have watched any of my shows, you already know that Jesus is real. But that's not what we're here today for. Praise God. So back to the dopamine. Methamphetamine releases, check this number out, 1,200% more than average normal levels of dopamine release. Let me put this in perspective for you here. I have these numbers memorized. When you say smoke a cigarette, this is on 100, a level of 100, increments of 100. When you smoke a cigarette, your brain releases roughly 60 to 100 dopamines. When you have sex, your brain releases 250 to 300 dopamines. This is a high one. The highest natural would be sex. Now, let me throw a drug in there. When you do cocaine, it only releases 3 to 600, usually around 600. Like I said here, when you do methamphetamine, 1,000 to 1,200. Do you see the high intensity numbers there? It's incredible. The euphoria, it's beyond anything. I've tested, I don't actually tested, but back when I was a drug addict, I had tried every drug and nothing came close to methamphetamine. Even crack cocaine. Crack cocaine, if I had to compare any drug to methamphetamine, it would be crack cocaine. But here's the thing. Everything that was wrong with hard crack cocaine was fixed with methamphetamine. I'm not building up this drug. Do not go out and try this drug because it will ruin your life. Take everything that you have, whatever it is, and destroy it. All right. The euphoria this creates an intense euphoria while acting as a neurotoxin that kills brain cells and inhibits the brain's ability to repair itself. While you're getting high, you're killing your brain. It does. We'll get into that here in a second. It does lasting, sometimes irreversible damage to your brain. It can't be fixed. It just can't be. But I've seen people use it once or twice. I don't know if they got a bad batch or what it was, but they left and they never come back. They just gone. And it sucks. It's and then you have people like me, thank you Lord, that did it for years and years. I even did it intravenously for a while. For about a year I did it intravenously. That means through the veins. At first I started out smoking it. I thought I was better than everyone else because I didn't shoot it, but anyway. What was I saying? All right. Oh yeah, the lasting effects. Some of them are lasting, some of them are not. Most of the time, we're going to get down to that too when we come to recovery. Most of these things can be fixed. There's a silver lining at the end of the story. But the silver lining doesn't come if you don't get recovery. You have to get recovery. You have to stop this drug, or eventually it's going to. I've seen it kill people. I've seen it take their lives. I've seen it through, usually it stops the heart. Overdoses are prevalent, but the overdoses when it comes to methamphetamine are usually from dehydration and long periods of staying up. Usually hydration though. And it can stop the heart. It can. It's rare. It's not like heroin or other drugs, one shot and you're done and you're never coming back. That's what's really bad about this drug too. It takes everything from you but your life usually. But on to the next stage. After you have gotten high, and these highs usually they can last for hours, they can last for days. It's another bad part. And you'll be up, lack of sleep. You just don't go to sleep. And sleep deprivation, that way good sleep deprivation can start all kind of other problems on its own. You start hallucinating, seeing stuff, just you're not sleeping. A lot of things can happen. Okay, the come down, the depletion. After the high, the brain is drained dry. This is true. All that dopamine we were talking about, it's gone. Your brain has used it up. It's been in this happy-go-lucky state for days, hours, and it's just your brain is fried. It gets done. So when you come down, it leads to the severe crash, deep depression. This is true. Depression, anhedonia. Now, anhedonia is the ability to feel pleasure. Once you're up here, you're up here, and you come back down to normal, everything sucks. You don't have the reward system that your brain usually runs standard. It's just not there. So even the most mundane of tasks, you just don't. When I came down, I would lay in bed, and all I wanted to do was hurry up, come down, and go get more. You always wanted to get more. From my experience, and everyone else that's done this can probably agree, meth was my God. Until I met God, meth was my God. Not my family, not money. Money was just a little piece of paper that I used to get more meth. Food, I didn't care. I didn't eat. When I first went in recovery, I weighed 84 pounds. 6 foot, 84 pounds. It was disgusting. All right. Inability to feel pleasure, normal activities, damage to the brain, damage to the body. The body, it didn't list this on the website. I got a lot of this from a website. But the damage to the body, your digestive system takes a major hit, and for some reason it wasn't mentioned. But in my experience, my digestive system took a major hit. What it is you're not eating, you're not really drinking water. Your digestive system is not used to not having food in it. And when I say there's no food in it, it means there's no food in it. I would go for days and not eat. Didn't care about food, didn't want to eat. I didn't have, first of all, food tastes like crap when you're high on meth for some reason. The only thing that's good is sugar. Sugar, that's why you see a lot of drug addicts stealing candy. That's the only thing that, tasted good. But, let's see here. The digestive system being empty like that for so long, when you did put food in it, it usually bunched up. You hear a lot of people saying they couldn't poop, they couldn't use the bathroom, and it's true. Like if you do use, you don't use the bathroom. That's another thing. I remember one time. This is kind of gross, but I remember one time it was so bad. I was backed up so bad that by the time I did go to the bathroom and I could push one out, I thought I was going to have to go to the hospital. It was like giving birth to a child out the wrong side. Sorry, but I have to go in depth when I talk about this stuff. This is education. So the damage to that's just your digestive system. We haven't got to the brain yet. The damage to the brain comes in long term and short term. There's reduced brain activity. There's damage to the dopamine system, of course. There's neurotoxicity. The neurotoxicity is brain cells that get killed. When this happens, these neurotoxicity incidents resemble traumatic brain injury, like getting hit by a baseball or wrecking a car, and you're not the same. I know you've met somebody like this. Um, I seen this dude on TV one time. He was in a wheelchair, you know, slumped over, going on himself, and I thought maybe he had been in a car wreck or something. You just done. You're never coming back. The person he was is gone. But it was an advertisement talking about pills, and this man had overdosed on pills. And they showed a video of him before the pills and how he was just as normal as me right now, just as normal as me right now, and most of the people watching this on a normal day-to-day basis. Then they showed him in that wheelchair, and I'm not trying to make fun of him, but just slumped over, just drooling on himself. These are lasting. These are the lasting neurotoxicity is what they're talking about here. These are the lasting effects. You can go so far that you don't come back, and it sucks. Some of us, it's too late. And further than that would be, of course, death. I think I'd choose the second over the first. But the brain can come back. We'll get to that part. Now, here's a little tidbit. I should have wrote a paper on this because I have to come up with this. Meth-induced psychosis. This is schizophrenia, I want to call it. It's schizophrenia is another term for it. But this is meth-induced schizophrenia. It's paranoia, hallucinations, delusions, seeing things, thinking the government's after you, just weird stuff, seeing stuff. Now, there's a difference between seeing things and opening. This is the religious part. This is my spiritual part. I believe it opens up a world that we aren't supposed to see physically. And a lot of users will probably agree with me on this one. There's a spiritual aspect to this drug. When I started, like I said, I had done every single drug you can think of. But when I did this drug, something about it was intriguing. Something about it. This is before I met God, before I got saved. Something about this drug, I was like, it was different. It was different. It felt spiritually different. And I wasn't a spiritual person yet, but I knew it was spiritually different. Let me explain exactly what I mean. I don't want to go off topic too far here, but there was a week or two when I was sober, and I was doing pretty good. I was staying sober, and I told my roommate, I was like, "Devil sells this drug," and she's like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Watch this." And I already knew exactly what was going to happen. It was incredible. I said, for 1 week, because I'd been clean. Wanted to stay clean. I was really working at it. I said, watch this. I'm going to leave the house for 1 week, and I guarantee you every single day someone's going to come up to me and ask me if I want to do some meth with them for free. She said, okay, whatever. She wrote it off probably. No one gives away free meth. But here's the thing. if the devil knows you're off of it, he'll give it to you for free till you get you back on it. Once you're back on it, pay, pay, pay. This will get you to believe. You better believe. Get right or get left. But anyway, for 1 week, I did. I went to the store, came back. Every single time every single day, I lied to you not, someone asked me if I wanted to get high for free. He wanted me back on it. He knew I was clean at the time, and I was really clean. Fast forward 1 week. After that, she was pretty impressed by that. But I said, hold up. I said, we're going to take it even one step further. I said, this whole week, I'm not going anywhere. I was like, I'm going to stay at home. Now, mind you, no one, where me and this woman lived, she was a sweet little lady. She didn't do anything. She didn't do drugs. I was kind of taking care of her. For 1 week, I didn't leave the house. And no one ever knocked on the door except for these two Mormons that came to our house once in a while. No one. I said, watch this. For 1 week, I'm not leaving the house. I said, I bet someone comes and knocks on the door every single day looking for me and offers me drugs for free. Again, for free. She said, there's no one ever comes here. I don't, that one's a little far-fetched. Listen to me, people, when I say this. Every single day of that week, someone came to the house looking for me. One dude had enough in his hand, big old fat chunk of it, for free. The devil sells this drug. This is what I'm talking about, spiritual part of this drug. This is demonic. This drug is demonic. I've seen the way people look, act. I've seen the rage machine, I call it. These people will walk down the street, red eyes, full of rage, possessed. It's weird. But back to the damage. The last thing I would say is, where are we at? 22 minutes. The last thing I would say is the mood disorders, the extreme mood swings, anxiety, suicidal behaviors. At the end of my using, right before, and this led to my ultimately getting saved, actually, and getting sober, was I tried to unalive myself. And I did so using oncoming traffic at a red light. And I thought I had succeeded because, let's just say it was bad. It was really bad. But I didn't succeed. Praise God. Thank you, Jesus. Thank you, Jesus. But it's true. And what it is I had gotten so sick of relapsing. At this point, I want it off. I had wanted it off for a while. And this is what irritates me about people saying, well, just quit. All they gotta do is quit. That's the first thing I thought of, was quitting. And then I realized I couldn't. I was scared to death. I've never been scared in my life. I've been to prison. I've never been scared, except for that day. That when I got married. But seriously, that day when I sat down and I said, oh my gosh, I got a problem, I realized I couldn't quit. I just couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. I wanted to. It's not like just getting up and walking away from something. It's when you get up and walk that way, it follows you. Hey, 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 let's go get high. Hey, hey. Every time you get like $10 in your pocket, $20 in your pocket, and you're like, Hey, hey, man. Hey, you got $10 in your pocket. Let's go. We know where to get it. Let's go. Let's go. It's crazy. And you're like, no, I don't want to. But here we go. If you know someone in your life and you're not a user and you've never used, let me give you some advice. 2 pieces of advice, actually. Do not enable them. Don't give them money. Don't try to make their life easy. But here's the second part of this. Love them. Show them love. I don't care how high they are when they call you. Talk to them. The fact that they called you, unless they're calling for money. Even if they're calling for money, tell them no. If they get mad, hang up, hang up. But talk to them as many times as you can. And they already know they have a problem. The more you bring it up, the more you solidify it. I already knew I was an addict. I didn't need people telling me every day, why don't you go get clean? Why don't you go get clean? We know. Well, most of us know. There's 2 addicts out there. Ones that want to get clean and ones that don't know they need to get clean yet. And then there's just evil people. But that's a different subject. But I don't want this show to run on too long. Mood disorders. Let's get to the good part. Recovery. Recovery. Let me give you some statistics here. The brain, when you start, now these are good stretches of clean time. There's relapses. There's 2 kinds of relapses. There's a 1-day relapse. There's a relapse where you go back out and you might be in it for a month, 2 months, 6 months. That's a long stretch relapse. That's, in my opinion, you might as well just start all over again. It's a short period, but you are back in the mire. You're back in. You're messing your brain up again. You have to start over at this. You get your 1-day relapse, not good, but it's different in a way. You're not deep diving back into it like you would in a 6-month relapse. But we're talking about, like I myself, I have 7 years now. I said this before in another show. I have another show called My Battle with Addiction. That's a pretty good show too. But when I first got clean, I noticed there's some set points that you should remember. And you need to have a good set of clean time, at least for a year. 1 year is a great mark, a high milestone. Your brain, this website said 1 to 2 years, and I totally agree with everything this website said, matter of fact. But when I went to recovery, I noticed 1 month was a big step. To even get 1 month was a great step in recovery. Now, the recovery avenue I went was Alcoholics Anonymous. There's There's Alcoholics Anonymous and there's Narcotics Anonymous. Narcotics Anonymous, to me, was a little bit more immature. They're both the same program, the same book. This book uses alcohol, and this one talks about narcotics. The stories are related to alcohol in this book. The stories are related to narcotics in this book. Both the same. They're both a sleight of hand to get you to meet God, is what they are. Because the 10 Commandments were written from this book right here, the Bible. Or not the 10 Commandments, the 12 steps. The 12 steps. All getting you to meet a higher power. In the meeting, they'll tell you that higher power can be a doorknob and all this. Squash that. Get you a higher power. His name's God. I call him Jesus, his son. It was the first one I talked to. God kind of scared me at first. But I like to say we're like this now, but it's a daily sanctification. But anyway, the second milestone would be 6 months. And you need to have someone in your life that's sober and been sober. First of all, everyone that you use, your people, places, and things they tell you in Alcoholics Anonymous, ditch them all. You will probably, I guarantee you will be standing there by yourself. But this is good. This is where you need to be. All your little drug friends and all that, they're not your friends anyway. If your family is there to support you, God bless you. But when I got clean, it was just me standing there. It was me going to meetings 3 days a week, or three times a day, 7 days a week. I wasn't worried about a job yet. I was still living on the street, but I was going to meetings every single day, as many times. That's all I wanted to do. I wanted to do meetings and read my Bible. It was it. That is it. But I consumed sobriety. I had to surround myself with. I would just go out and sit in the woods or go down by the beach and I had to be away from everything and everybody. You have to. You have to surround your people with surround yourself with like-minded people in AA or NA. Like I said, NA was a little bit more immature. I liked Alcoholics Anonymous because the old timers there. I'm Gen X, and the old timers above me are the ones that taught me about life, and they still, the baby boomers, I guess you would call them, they don't play. They don't put up. They don't deal out no bullshit, and they'll tell you straight like it is. That's why I do the way I do. I tell you straight like it is. I'm not here to sugarcoat. Sugarcoating gets people killed. It hurts people. But back to recovery. Remember the part where we talked about dopamine and your brain releases the dopamine? That gets fixed too. It takes a while. For a long time, everything was just not as cool as it used to be. Driving a car wasn't as fun as it used to be. Riding my bike wasn't as fun as it used to be. Sex just wasn't the same. Nothing was the same anymore. It was, but see, your brain is a magnificent entity all of itself, and it can get repaired. I have 7 years clean now, and I highly recommend you get saved. This will help out so much. But I have 7 years clean now, and my levels are back to normal, so to speak, as normal as they ever were. When I eat a good sandwich from Firehouse Subs, I'll plug Firehouse Subs because I love Firehouse Subs. When I eat that beef brisket and oh man, that's so good. I enjoy it. I enjoy food again. Can't tell you about sex because I don't have it. I'll be honest with you. I just don't date. I don't need that drama in my life. But everything went back to normal. Everything goes back to normal. The website says 14 months. I can't tell you exactly how long in my experience it took to get the dopamine levels, my reward center back to normal, but it does. And the brain, my digestive system, it goes back. It's one of the first things to go back. It's pretty simple. It will fix itself. I will tell you, don't overeat when you come down. That's a big no-no. People like to do that when they're coming down. They overeat. Don't do that. I know you're starving to death and you need to eat, but overeating is where you bunch up in your gut and you'll mess something up. That's what happened to me. Okay, that's about it. The recovery part, that's the best part. That's the good part. Your brain will go back unless you have one of those neurotoxicity incidents where you've done messed your brain up so bad. God bless you. I've seen people like that. They don't come back. They don't come back. But most of us do. Most of us. I can't say that my brain is completely 100 because I used to have a genius IQ, but for some reason, you'll notice I struggle for words. I used to be so fluent with the way I spoke, and I used these big words, and I knew what every one of them meant. But over the years of drug use, I even went to college. But over the years, something depleted. I still have that knowledge. It's still there. It takes me longer to dig it up out of the files that it's in. It's like someone went through my brain and just disorganized all the stuff I had ever learned in my life, and it's still there, but the organization system is gone. So I talk like this now, which I'm sober. I don't care. At the end of the day, I'm sober. I love it. It's wonderful. And I do get to slow down now because I used to be a fast dude. Everything I did was balls to the wall, so to speak. But most for most part, everything does go back. Your brain does heal. Your body heals itself. Your dopamine levels go back to normal. But you won't see any of this for at least a year. Okay. I hope this show gave light to a lot and helps people out. This is not an ordinary drug. No drug is good. Your family doesn't want to see you on drugs. We don't want to see you on drugs. You shouldn't be on drugs. And if you glorify drugs in any way, something wrong with that. Drugs are not cool at all. None of them. I'm not talking about weed. Weed's on a different scale. Leave weed out of this conversation. It's a whole different topic. But to the people that have never done this drug, not even once, don't try it one time. Because one time, if you try methamphetamine one time, here's what happens. I've never seen it not happen like this. Once or twice, maybe. But if you try methamphetamine one time, that one time will last for years. Let that sit. There is no one time. Oh, I'm just going to try meth today and then go about my life. You can kill that thought. You're done. Done. One time, one hit. That euphoria, that 1,200% euphoria, once that hits you, I tell people that never done drugs, never done meth before, I tell them, think of the best sex you've ever had. Think of the best sex you've ever had. That euphoria you get from the best sex you ever had. Now, I want you to times that by 15, 20 times and just sit there with that euphoria for hours. Way up here. Way up here. There's no one hit and stop. There's no hit it, quit it. Once you hit it, you're there. You're addicted. You're stuck. I don't care how big and bad you are. I don't care. And the people that say, hey, just quit it, sometimes I wish they would take that one hit, but only because I would like them just to experience what and then look at themselves in the mirror and say, oh, just quit it, just quit it. But, and those of you who are on it watching this, God bless you. I wish you the best. Go to a meeting. Go to your first meeting, highs, gassed out of your mind. I don't care. Just go to a meeting. And you'll find out what to do from there. If you really want to get froggy, get you one of these. Get on your knees, whatever you got to do, and meet the higher power. His name is Jesus. His name is God. Yeshua, Elohim, Yahweh, whatever you want to call him. The Creator. He's the one that made you. He's the one that can get you out of this. That's all I got to tell you. I love you guys. Meth is bad. Drugs are bad. There's no silver lining in them. There's really not. They destroy families. They destroy cities. And no one's really talking about it. That's about all I got. I love you guys. I really do. I want to see everybody succeed. I really want to see everybody make it to heaven and sit down with the Creator and talk about good stuff. No pain for the rest of our lives. No crying. No death. Just good, good, good. But I'm out. It's raining here today. I'm stuck inside, so I got stuff to do. I love you guys.